Why must you be such clowns? So as of today, or a few days ago, depending on when you decide to get around to watching this video, Devil May Cry 5 is finally out. You know, long-awaited, real Devil May Cry sequel that we've been waiting a long time for, and you know what I'm talking about. Don't count that other thing. Come on, just that was just. But anyway, so the game is out, and obviously when a lot of games come out lately, a lot of people like to ask the question, but game company, where is the Switch version? And for the most part, there's probably a lot of companies that just say like they don't really have plans to put the game on the Switch. It's like, it's just not going to happen. You know, I'm sure they got their reasons. You know, maybe they just don't feel like it's going to sell well on there. Understandable. Maybe they don't feel like the hardware is capable of handling it. Also understandable. But then there's Capcom, who is like, well, we could put the game on the Switch, and we might if this game sells well enough. And that game, of course, is none other than Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, another port coming to the Switch, if it isn't out already. I guess they're looking at the sales of that, and they're deciding that they will grace the Switch with their presence of Devil May Cry 5 if this game sells on the Switch. And I'm thinking, like, why this game? I mean, seriously, there's like a ton of different games out there they could have chose, but they chose this game because it feels like they're trying to hold a game hostage from the Switch, in the hopes that you might buy another game at this point. I don't think a lot of people are probably gonna buy. I mean, a couple of Capcom games have come out for the Switch, and they sold well enough on there. Street Fighter 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2, that sold pretty good. I know the Resident Evil ports aren't out yet, but I'm pretty sure when those come out, those are going to get some pretty good sales. I mean, I know they got like Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 on there. Don't know how well that sold. I don't know. Didn't really pay attention to that. You know, Mega Man 2 sold pretty damn decently. Not Mega Man 2, though. Mega Man 11 sold pretty decently on the Switch as well. So there are a lot of Capcom games coming on there are getting a decent amount of sales on the Switch. And yet Capcom, for some reason, decides that they're just not. And the thing about Capcom is they're surprised. They're surprised that the games they put were doing well. They didn't expect Ultra Street Fighter 2. It's very confusing. Too many Ultra Street Fighter games. So where are we going from it? But anyway, so they're surprised, or at least pleased, at the very least, probably both, that the games actually did so well. So they're like, hey, cool, our games actually do sell on this system, and Devil May Cry 5 might be another game, but no. You have to buy this particular game, Dragon's Dogma. You have to buy that game. That's the game that they're keeping an eye on. That's the game that you have to buy. They're forcing you to buy, not forcing you, but they're like saying you have to buy. If you buy that game, then maybe we'll consider. Capcom, why? Just any company that does this. It's been going on for a while now. Like, I could understand at the beginning when the Switch is a little bit untested and we're sure where we're going, but the Switch is actually doing pretty well on the market and shit and stuff like that. It's doing good enough. And I get it. If they don't want to put a game on the system, that's fine. Then just say that. Be like, look, we just don't have the plans to do it. We don't think it'll sell that well on the system. We don't think the system can run our game. We're not entirely sure this system is the right place to put our game. I can understand all of that when they say that. It's your company, it's your business. If that's the decision you want to make, then that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and be like, how dare you not do this? I mean, I get it. I really do. I like the Switch and everything like that. I really do. But I understand why some companies might want to put more current games on the system because, you know, it might lose. It's actually going to lose something in translation as far as power goes and stuff like that. It can run the games, but they're really going to have to work on doing some kind of downgrade system to get it on there. So I can understand why they don't want to do that. But if that's the case, just fucking say that. Don't pretend you're going to hide any game behind some imaginary paywall, hold it hostage in the hopes that they buy another game, and to tease people into or trick people into buying a game just so you can like act like you're gonna put another game on there. I mean, because for all we know, yes, Dark Arisen could sell very well on the Switch, but that doesn't really guarantee a Switch version of the game of Devil May Cry 5, right? No, it doesn't. They just might get the sales and then come up with some other bullshit excuse to explain to you why they couldn't bring the game to the system. But Capcom is weird. Been doing this for such a long fucking time since the beginning. We've all heard the stories. Capcom helped with the development of the Switch. They gave them input. They worked with them. There's a very good very good chemistry between two companies as they work together. And then Capcom has since then found every fucking way to try and make excuses to not put games on the system. And it's just like, just tell the goddamn truth. Just say, hey, look, can't do it. But no, instead they're like putting these imaginary hostage situations on these games. And it's not Capcom the only person doing it. There's a lot of companies going, well, do you want this game on the Switch? We might consider it, but let's see how the sales of this game does first. And it's just like, y'all gotta stop that. At this point, the Switch is doing well enough that's either shit or get off the pot. You don't have to put games on the system if you don't want to, if you don't feel the need to. For God's sakes, just be fucking honest about it and stop trying to bullshit people, a consumer base, into like trying to buy another game to try to con them and to like get another game on here. Just fucking stop, okay? It's a game, it's not gonna be on the Switch, it's not gonna be able to be on the Switch. What the fuck ever, but my God, just tell the truth.